Hello and welcome to Rathod's IAS. Today our topic is how to read newspaper for UPSC CSE examination. Yes, reading newspaper is very important, but many aspirants are facing problem with reading newspaper or to revise current affairs. So in this video, we are going to see what is the importance of newspaper and how to read the newspaper and which topics you have to focus and which topics you have to leave, and even I am going to give you some tips that you have to know before starting your newspaper reading. So why I am coming with this video? Because I have a lot of experience. So my day never ends without news analysis. So I will be taking leave for only 4 days in a year. Okay, and with this 5 years of experience of news analysis, and if you analyze the previous UPSC questions of prelims and mains, so around 60 to 70% of your paper is newspaper. But beginners, you are ignoring this. You are not reading newspaper. You are depending upon other material. So there is no material in the market which is alternative to your daily Hindu newspaper. So you have to read this newspaper for sure. There is no choice. And many students, why they are not reading this newspaper? Because they are feeling difficulty. So I will tell you like commonly what are the problems faced by the students in reading newspaper. So you have to analyze whether you are in that category or not. And if you are in that category, please let me know in the comment box. So first problem here is newspaper is containing lots of articles. Yes or no? Lots of articles. First one, identifying of articles is a problem for some category of students. So first one is identifying which articles are relevant. And second problem is they are not reading in multi-dimensional way. Multi-dimensional way means they are not analyzing the so-and-so topic in different subjects point of view. They are not capable of reading. Why? Because of lack of knowledge. And next one is whenever they are saying any article, so they are not understanding the context. They are not understanding the context. So this is another problem. And next problem here is note making. So they are not understanding how to make the notes for this current affairs. Some students are writing notes like title which is given in the paper and each and every word which is given. That is not the way of making notes for your UPSC CSE. So these are the problems which are faced by the beginners. And with my experience of 5 years, I want to give you the solutions for these problems in this video itself. So first, let me explain you why this Hindu newspaper is very important. So I am not telling only Hindu newspaper, but you have to read at least one national newspaper. It may be either Indian Express or Hindu. That is your wish. So here, why you have to read newspaper? Because in every stage of your examination, so how many stages are there for this UPSC CSE examination? We have 3 stages. So first one is your prelims, second one is your mains, and last stage is your interview. Right? So in prelims you will be having GS and CSAT. CSAT is your maths portion and English comprehensions, and in GS you will be having 100 questions. And here in this GS, you will be having different subjects like polity, history, geography, economy, science and technology, environment and ecology, current affairs, and next is schemes. So if you see all these subjects, so static here is geography and history. But even from history point of view, we can expect some questions that are going to come in the prelims based on current affairs. And polity, it is like both static and dynamic. Like you can expect the questions from current affairs here. and entire economy it is from your current affairs portion, and your science and technology, as well as environment and ecology, and schemes and current affairs. So here around 70% of paper is your current affairs from your newspaper. And next is your mains. So in mains you have GS1, GS2, GS3, GS4, and you have optionals. So GS1 is around 95% it is static. But here GS2 and GS3 it is entirely dynamic. So here in GS2 we have subjects like polity and governance, international relations, social issues. And in GS paper 3 we have disaster management, economy, environment and ecology, internal security, and science and technology. So entire this portion is your current affairs. And from GS paper 4 in ethics you have part A and part B. So normally part A will be theory and part B will be case study. So these case studies are based on current affairs. So if you see this mains and prelims, so around 80% of your paper is current affairs. And even in interview you can get question from your DAF, okay, application form, and next will be from current affairs itself. So if you see in this entire examination, around 70 to 80% of your paper is current affairs. So for this, if you want to clear your UPSC examination, there is no shortcut or jugaad. So you have to read this newspaper for sure. And in market, you will be getting like different content, like you will be getting monthly analysis or weekly analysis, or at the end of year you will be getting PT 365. So no one or none of the material which is present in our market is alternative to newspaper. So you have to read newspaper because issues will be covered on daily basis. You will be updated every day. And if you are reading newspaper every day, so if there is any issue which is happening, you will be getting continuous articles and even you will be getting editorials on that. So you can develop your own perspectives. And you will be also remembering the issue for the long period of time. So for that you have to read this newspaper. And many students ask me question like, so can I skip newspaper in our preparation? If you see this analysis, so around 70% of your paper is newspaper, but how can you skip newspaper to clear this UPSC examination? No, right? So if you want to clear your examination, there is no choice. You have to read newspaper for sure. So this thing is very much clear. Yes. And now let us move on to next question, that is why Hindu newspaper? So here this is test and tried formula. So many toppers they use this Hindu newspaper, but after clearing mains for interview preparation, so there is a need of reading at least 2 national newspaper. Okay. So here in this Hindu, very small issues that are ignored. Okay, they are avoided. So they are not much important. And the areas of national concerns and as well as international concerns, they are given at most importance. And if you see, we are having editorial sessions. We will be having 4 editorials, and apart from that we will be having opinion page, and we will be getting like well analyzed editorials, and the language will be also simple to understand. And this one is, it will also help to create your own opinion. So creating our own opinion or our own perspectives is very important. Okay, because you are a social animal, human being is social animal, and you are like future aspiring for your civil services, like you are a future civil servant. So here you are much social animal. You have to know and understand the problems of people, and you have to work at the ground level. So for that, developing of your opinions or perspectives is very important regarding important issues. So for that, Hindu newspaper will be helping you. And next important question is, what are the tips you have to know before reading newspaper? because as a beginner, you might be facing lots of problems, right? So if you're facing problems, so see these tips, and later on, so these tips will help you to resolve your queries or resolve your problems. So first one is to understand which article is important from UPSC point of view. We have two sources. So first one is your syllabus. Syllabus is like Bible. It will be guiding you in your path. Okay. So if you want to clear this UPSC, yes, you need to follow this UPSC syllabus, because it is giving like a light. It's showing a light like where you have to go, what to read and what not to read. And next one is your PYQs. So if you see previous questions, you can understand so where UPSC is asking question. So if you have a good knowledge of PYQs of at least 10 years, then you can easily understand where UPSC is asking question and which article in newspaper is important. Okay. And next one is you have to focus on important areas only. So and the remaining articles just skim through. Especially you have to skim through your states page. For example, state related policies or state related schemes or any initiatives by the states that you have to skim through, but it is not necessary to make notes like for entire newspaper, each and every article. And this one is don't waste your time in reading 2 or more newspapers. So many students are doing this mistake. So they are saying that I am reading Indian Express, I am reading Business Standard, I am reading Hindu. So it is not at all necessary. Only read one newspaper. And after clearing your mains, you can go for referring of 2 newspapers. So until clearing mains, so one newspaper is sufficient. And this one is always have a pen. So while you are going to the newspaper, just don't read blindly. So take the pen and try to underline the articles which are relevant. And if you see any ads or any articles or any examples you are giving, so try to make a note. That can be done if you are having only pen in your hand. So don't read newspaper without pen in your hand. Okay. So these are the very important tips that you have to follow before reading newspaper. And I want to let you know which areas that you have to focus. So here there are very important areas UPSC is asking questions from prelims and mains that you have to see. The first one here is you have to see editorial page. So in editorial page only very important issues they are analyzed. Okay, so you have to see editorial page and op-ed page for sure. And that too here you can do reading selectively. So only topics from our examination point of view, you have to read them, not all articles. And this one is you have to see like Supreme Court and High Court judgments, and wherever it is possible, try to make the note of the name of the judgment and what is that case. What is the case and what is the judgment given. For example, recently electoral bond scheme had been made null and void. So what is the name of that case? Case name and what is the judgment? So in that way, yes, you can get question. So actually in 2017, there was judgment, that is KS Puttaswamy judgment, that is regarding right to privacy. So number of times, already 2 times the question asked by UPSC regarding this right to privacy with judgment. Okay, so in that way you can expect questions. And even these Supreme Court judgments and High Court judgments, you can use them in your mains answers also. So from that point of view is also very important. And next one is issues of national and international importance. Because in your syllabus of prelims, they gave directly like issues of national and international importance. So you have to see those issues. And this one is government policies and schemes. So every year in your prelims, you can see questions like 2 to 3 from schemes and policies. And you are going to be a civil servant and you have to know what government is doing, what are the policies of government. So what are the schemes of government? So from that point of view, you have to know. And even these schemes you can use in your mains answers and as well as in essay part. And next important area here is option related. For example, if you have opted for optional like anthropology, so in Sunday's newspaper you will be getting articles regarding human evolution or any sites, burial sites, megaliths. That will be important from your optional. Especially you will be getting articles from PSIR, public ad, geography, from your current affairs. Okay, so here you can refer them and you can make the notes of important points that you can use for your optional. So you can make a separate notes for that. And next one is social issues. For example, in today's newspaper entirely regarding health because of World Health Day on April 7th. And next one here is poverty related issues, and there will be lots and lots of indices regarding urbanization, regarding poverty, child marriages, education. So all those are very, very contemporary issues. So regarding that contemporary issues, you need to make the notes. And next one is surveys, indices and reports. Every year one question from your prelims 100% from indices, which organization released that index. And even you can use that indices in your mains answers to substantiate your argument. So in that way you can enrich the quality of your answer. And next one is business and economy page, very important. So in Hindu there is separate page for your business. So go through that for sure so that you can cover current affairs of your economy. And next one is news pieces in news. So if there is any news pieces, for example flora and fauna. It may be flora or it may be fauna. If there is any news pieces which is identified, you have to know what is that species, scientific name, and you have to see region where it had been identified and important features. Okay, so from that way you can expect your prelims question. And next one is if there are any topics which are present in your main syllabus, for example disaster management, internal security, like that, you can cover those topics. So these are the focus areas of your newspaper from UPSC CSE point of view. And I said about focus areas, and you may get question like what I have to left then, right? So I will discuss like which are the non-priority areas which are not at all important from newspaper. That is local or state news. So we are not at all bothering about the politics of locality or politics of the states. And this one is political news. We are not going to see that at all, especially elections regarding political news. And next one is some non-priority areas, like always you will be seeing everyday rape cases, sexual harassment, film reviews, celebrity reviews. You are not going to see that. And even sports also we are not going to see that. Okay. So these are the not important areas. And now this is the heart of this video, that is how to make notes. So whenever you are seeing any topic, okay, for example, if you are seeing any topic, try to draw this GS paper 1, GS paper 2, GS paper 3 and GS paper 4. So you have to know like which all the subjects comes under which part. For example, let us take topic called as child labor. Okay, topics called as child labor. So from GS paper 1, so it comes under society. In society we are having this problem of child labor and you have to see from that point of view. And from GS paper 2 we have polity. So in polity we have to see like constitutional provisions regarding this child labor. So how we are prohibiting that, any acts which are present or not. And you have to see like some jurisdictions and some cases regarding this child labor. And from international relations you have to see the rate of illegal migration and child labor. And you have to see any recent data regarding the child labor in India. Or for example, you can see like in which state child labor is very high, and you have to see what are the reasons for that. And you have to see like what is the impact of this child labor on our economy. Okay, and you have to see like what are the steps taken by the government. For example, schemes and policies regarding this prohibition of child labor. And you have to see like how can we bring attitude change in the people to reduce child labor in India. So like that you have to see a topic in a multi-dimensional manner. Okay, from your society point of view, polity point of view, geography point of view, international relations point of view, economy point of view, and as well as from GS paper for ethics point of view. So in this way you have to make the notes in a multi-dimensional manner, okay, so that will be very helpful, because if you are preparing at least 1 year current affairs, there will be around 100 issues. So notes on the 100 issues, right? So these issues and these notes is very helpful to write your GS paper 2 and GS paper 3 answers in your mains, and even it will be helpful for writing of your essay also. So that within 1 year of time, if you are making these notes, then it will be very useful to write a well-dimensional answer and a well-established and well-dimensioned like essay. So for all these things, note making is very important, okay? And you have to maintain a separate data book. So what is this data book is about? So you have to take like around 200 pages of book, okay, and you have to give the heading that is data book. So in this data book you have to see like if there is any index, or if there is any survey, or if there is any report which is saying data, you have to make a note. For example, ACER report on education, for example NCRB report on crime, or NCRB report on suicides in India, okay, and ease of doing business index, what is India's ranking. So like that, whatever the data that you are getting, so try to make the data, so that here before your examination, after prelims, yes, you will be having just 3 months of time in your hand, so that you can write a very good answer by using this data, because you are already pre-preparing that, so that if you are doing revisions, then you can easily remember them, and whenever you are writing your answers, automatically that data that will come into your brain and you will be writing that, so that you will be getting good marks. So in this way you have to make the notes. And now I want to show you one important thing. We in Rathod's IS, we are going to start offline batch for UPSC CSE 2025 Prelims cum Mains Foundation. And there are very important special features of this course. First one is 100% syllabus coverage, and we will be focusing on practice of your PYQs and your prelims test series, and we have mains answer writing practice, and we have one-to-one mentorship on every Sunday, so that we are going to discuss the problems you are facing and possible solutions. And next one is we are going to get material also. So in this material we have basic and advanced material, and we are going to provide free study space for the students who join this foundation course. And in this study space you will be also having mentor support, okay. So only we have 70 seats, okay. So already admissions are going on and very few seats are left, and if you want to take this, you can contact me on this number 8074765513. And you are also having this online foundation course, so the same features you can take online also. So if you want the course, you can contact us on this number, or even you can message me on the WhatsApp, okay. And now let us see, or let us take one newspaper, and I will be showing you which are the pages that you have to focus. This is the Hindu paper. I will show you how you have to pick the articles. So here the first article, it is about traders drew underpriced onion exports to UAE. So it is talking about India's exports to UAE. So this article is important because you are talking about onion trade, and next one is UAE. So here you have to know some background. So background is India, government of India stopped or banned the exports of onion to other countries because of price volatility. But they came up with again like exporting of onions to UAE. And in UAE there is high price, and Indian farmers are getting losses. Like they are selling onion for 12 to 15 rupees here, but they are selling like in UAE 120 rupees per kg. So here you have to see some important dimensions like map of UAE from geography point of view, and you have to see geographical conditions which are suitable for the growth of onion, and in which states in India we have onion growth, and what is its exports and imports, that is foreign trade of India, and India UAE relations. So in this way you have to see this topic in multi-dimensional way. And this first page is important. After this first page, so we will be having like city page and states page. Normally just skim through the cities page and states page. So in this page I didn't find any important article from your UPSC point of view. So after the city pages and the states page, you will be having editorial page and op-ed page. So editorial page and op-ed page is very important. So I will show you. Okay, so this is editorial page. So here the article is about health care. So if you see the title, you will be identifying the keyword first. So the keyword here is health care, that too inclusive health care. So it is present in our syllabus of GS paper 2 under governance. So you have to pick up this article and you have to see in a multi-dimensional manner. Like what is this healthcare? Okay, and you have to see what is this inclusive healthcare, and you have to see what is this health equity. So in regard to this health equity, what are the challenges we are facing, and what are the solutions, and what are the steps taken by the government so far. And you have to see what are the challenges that we are facing in our entire healthcare system and possible solutions. So in this way you have to think in a multi-dimensional manner. And here you have to see like next article, wayward elephant. So it is talking about price stability. So it is talking about especially monetary policy committee. So here the topic is RBI's MPC. You have to see what is this MPC. So who are the members and why it is in news, why there is inflation. Okay, what is inflation, types of inflation, impact of inflation. So like that you can see in this different dimensions. And after this, here we have opinion page. So you have to see opinion page for sure, and you will be seeing like every day data point will be there here. So you have to see this data point also. And this text and context is very important. In this text and context you will be getting 2 articles normally. So those are like very important topics. Okay, that will be like in a gist format. So at least you have to see the gist which is given for this text and context. And after this text and context, you will be having this news page. So this news page, most of the times you will be seeing like political articles. You have to search and you have to see the articles which are relevant from our examination point of view. So for that you need to have a good knowledge of your syllabus. And nowadays elections, because of this Lok Sabha elections, so election 2024 page is releasing. So it is not at all important. You can simply skip this. And apart from this, you can see whether the articles are relevant from our UPSC point of view or not. So today is Monday, you got this money wise, but actually this money wise is nothing but the business page, and you have to focus on this page number 13 for sure, that is money wise. And later on you will be having the sports news, so it is not at all useful. Simply leave this sports news page. And at last you will be having science or life page. Okay, so this science or life page. So if there are any articles which are relevant from our science and technology point of view, you can go through this. So in this way you have to read the newspaper. Okay, so I hope you understood like what is the importance of newspaper, why you have to read newspaper, and what is the contribution of newspaper to your UPSC CSE preparation, and how can you clear UPSC by reading newspaper, and how can you make the notes. So if you understood all these things, if you like this class, hit the like button. And please do share this video with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to Rathod's IAS Academy. Thank you so much for watching.